Hey everybody, welcome back. We got a lot to talk about. It's first time going live here. Let me get a couple of things figured out here. Let's see. So far, so good. Why in the world? Seem to be having some technical problems. Doesn't go well, then I'm probably going to shut this down and move on to something else. Okay. If anybody's watching, if you can let me know if you can hear me and see me all right, just let me know. That'd be great. Not sure how long this will be. I don't think I have any freaking viewers. Let me check this to see if it's even working. Huh. All right. Trying to get this shared to Facebook. Okay. We'll see how this goes. This is the first time I've tried the YouTube streaming. It's not quite the same as what I'm used to. Okay, so you have not seen me or Derek put any content up on the Posey County Connection YouTube, or I'm sorry, the Facebook page. And this is why. Monday, I was notified that I had a 30-day ban on my Facebook account because me and a couple of guys, I was added as an admin to a Posey County Second Amendment sanctuary page, trying to advocate for our Second Amendment rights. Again, advocating for something that we have rights protecting us in the Bill of Rights. Crazy, I know. So, and it took a while to figure that out because they just said that I had a 30-day ban. Didn't give me any reason why or anything. That was just it. Through some detective work, I discovered that the Posey County 2A page was disabled, and then after talking to some other admins, realized that they had 30-day bans as well. So from what I can tell, all the admins from that page received a 30-day ban, and that page is disabled. I submitted a request that the page be reviewed because I don't believe it violates their standards. There was nothing violent about it. There was nothing graphic about it at all. So, and this is like Tuesday morning. They reviewed it. They turned the page back on for only a couple hours, and they disabled it again. They never lifted the ban at all on my account. So shortly after they disabled it again, I talked to another admin. They filed a review. Facebook is still reviewing it, and for some strange reason, I don't think we're going to hear anything back until at least the election is over. And in the meantime, I still have a 30-day ban. I tried to make another account so we could still have content on the Facebook page, and it worked for a couple hours. I got 100 and something people to follow that one. The name was different. I was able to get Derek to give me admin capabilities to the PCC page, and shortly, just a couple hours afterwards, that was also disabled. I'm assuming because Facebook knows it was me trying to get around their ban. And so shortly after that, I think it was Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, Derek texted me and told me that his entire Facebook account got deleted. Like when he went to log in, he couldn't log in at all. It was just gone. So, and to kind of set this up as a little reminder, so the last week before all this, I put up 4 or 5 videos of the candidates for school board interviews, which they're doing amazing. I can still look at my Facebook and see everything. I just can't comment, like, or message anybody on Messenger, which is almost worse than not being able to see it at all. But anyway, I checked those those videos that I put up there are doing amazing. 2 of them have over 1,000 views, and the other ones have, hundreds of views. Okay, the page is getting some good feedback. The first day I put all those interviews up, we had over 60 people like our page all in the first day from those videos, which I'm really grateful for. Thank you, everybody that's following that page over there. But it's just crazy. We start throwing attention to some of these political things going on here, and of course, we are right-leaning page, and yet, here comes the hammer, the ban hammer, the censorship, which, this week's censorship has been in a lot of the news and the headlines. I don't know if you guys are following along. Wednesday, they had the big tech companies, Google, Facebook, Twitter, in a hearing for Congress under an antitrust hearing. And there's a lot of talk on this Section 230. Okay, they brought it up, and what it was, real quick. I got a couple articles here I'd like to talk about real fast. Okay. Bear with me here, guys. There's been talk of the president wanting to repeal sections of this or the Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996, which states no provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. Okay? Now, I'm no expert in any of this, and you can look it up and see if you can understand it better than me, and that's great. But from what I understand is they're not going to be held liable for something I create, some content that I put out there. This is saying that Facebook or YouTube is not going to be liable for it, okay? Part of it. During these hearings, like Representative Kevin McCarthy said, it is clear that Section 230 in its current form is no longer working. It's time to scrap the law and start over, okay? Now, a lot of these reasons why these representatives are saying that is because if I go to Wikipedia, which is always known for, true, undecided, non-decisive information. If I scroll down, there's really two primary parts listed under Section 230. And I'm going to read this so everybody kind of understands. There's a Good Samaritan portion of the law. Section 230C1 defines that the information service provider shall not be treated as a publisher or speaker of information from another provider. Section 230C2 provides immunity from civil liabilities for information service providers that remove or restrict content from their services they deem obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, excessively violent, harassing, or otherwise objectionable, whether or not such materials is constitutionally protected, as long as they act in good faith in this action. Now, to me, in good faith in this action, how do you define that? What would you say is in good faith? Do I think Facebook is in good faith when they are censoring right-leaning people and right-leaning pages, and all these left-leaning pages are just free to say whatever they want? I don't think that's in good faith. But if you look at it, the people on the left are not interested in the truth. They're not interested in finding out anything, especially the media. Look at the media. Right now, journalism is dead, okay? Just like the story of Joe Biden's his son Hunter's laptop coming out, with all this information on there that could be devastating, not only to the election, okay, but it looks like there's a lot of illegal activity going on. And when you have reporters interviewing Joe Biden a week after this information comes out, and not one question about this laptop has been asked of him at all, you know, and I know damn well that if these tides were changed, these roles were reversed, Trump had some just outlandish information come out, something similar to what's going on with this laptop, you know the media would be all over him. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. The media would be all over him. They would be asking him this everywhere he goes. He would not be able to get away from it. But every news interview, every fundraiser event he goes to, these journalists, they just lob some softballs to him. I mean, it's like, it is so incredible the difference that the media is treating Joe Biden and Trump is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And nobody says a word about it. Nobody says a word about it. It's so obvious, but and yet here we are, 2 days before the election. Joe Biden just says, "Oh, that's untrue and that's untrue," but there's like overwhelming evidence about it. It's insane to me. Okay. So, 2 days into the election, when me and Derek was wanting to use our page to spread as much information as possible to help the people of Posey County, especially, and really anybody that watches our live streams and our content on our page. 2 days, a week before the election, here we are. No way to access it. Can't post anything. Can't like anything. I tried to give a little update. My wife, under her profile, put a little update on there and tried to tag me in there, trying to let everybody know what was going on, that our page is going to be quiet for a little while. We're not really sure what we're going to do here. I would love to continue getting the word out to everybody, but at this point, we just don't know. We don't know. First of all, this 30-day ban, it may not ever let me back on. It might just delete my stuff. I don't know. If that happens, I guess the Posey County Connection will just be a dead page. There's no way for me to add any admins to it, so it's just going to be quiet. So my wife is going to try to share this stream to the Facebook. I don't know how well that's going to work out. I don't know how many people will see it or watch it. But I do want to say, election night, I do plan on getting on here and trying to do another stream about what's going on with the election, the winners, losers. If we know, man, I tell you what, I'm kind of concerned here about what's going to happen during election day, especially the evening, because, man, I don't think it's going to matter who's going to win, whether Trump or Biden's going to win. There's going to be, I think there's going to be chaos. I really do. I think there's going to be more chaos if Biden loses from the people on the left, just because from past practices, the stuff that's gone on this year with the looting and the rioting. Say what you want. I think it's pretty apparent who is doing most of the looting and the rioting. I'm really concerned that regardless of who wins, the opposing side is going to contest the election, and there is going to be 79 days of chaos. Just pure chaos. Okay? And in case you're curious, 79 days. That's the number of days from election day to inauguration day. And I think we're going to see some stuff in this country that we've never seen before in those 79 days. Hopefully, it will go without a hitch. Hopefully, it will go, peacefully, regardless of the outcome of the election. I just don't see that happening with the current political climate. I just don't see that happening. So I set this up as a live stream. Nobody's watching right now, so it's hard for me to get any comment. I'm hoping that there's good audio and the visuals going on. I can't really tell on my end. I have no feedback for that, but if this is a good test, okay? I never streamed on YouTube before. I'm trying to get it all worked out to see, first of all, really if I got all the programs and everything running right, if the show looks good, the settings and all that good stuff, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some viewers for Tuesday, the election day live stream. That'd be great. Get some feedback from everybody. I want to start trying to make some videos, I guess, to put on the YouTube channel here, because our future on Facebook with the Posey County Connection page is really uncertain. My working man page that I have, I can't access it right now at all. I can't do anything. I can't even like anything. So After the end of these, I think I got like 25 days left of this ban. We'll have to see where we stand after that. But I want to continue this project of ours. I want to continue talking about local issues, kind of like a local news source we can use. I'd like to interview some more people. We had a lot of stuff coming up to this election geared toward the election. Okay, but there's a lot of issues that are going on in Posey County that are going to continue to go on past this election. Uh, for instance, the Wadesville Blairsville sewer project. Everybody I talk to that lives in that area is up in arms over this thing, and I really want to spend some time to cover that. I'd like to get some county people involved that are actually responsible for that project and get them on to maybe they can explain a little bit about what exactly this entails. Maybe the cost of some of it, because everybody I talk to, I know there's been a couple meetings about it, but there's a lot of information going around that is contradicting. So I really want to get somebody on here that knows what they're talking about, that has some firsthand information about what this project entails, the cost of the project, everything like that. Get them on here to share some of that, because I feel like right now, just having a couple of meetings or whatever is not getting the job done to pass information along. Okay? So that's the primary goal I want to do. Use this channel, and if we can, get back on Facebook, use that page, because that's where we're reaching people, and really that's the goal. If we're not reaching anybody and if we can't share anything, what's the point? So if you are watching this on the YouTube or YouTube or Facebook, please share it. Please get the word out. Hopefully this will kind of explain some of the reasons that we haven't been very active this past week, especially coming up to the election. Like I said, we've tried to work some things out. We've tried to do contact Facebook. We've tried to appeal some things, and nothing has helped really at all. So I guess we can't do anything other than wait. I can't speak for Derek. I don't really know what he plans on doing. I don't know if he's going to try to get back on somehow or not. We'll just have to see how that goes. So, in the meantime, we're here on the YouTube. See if there's anything else I wanted to talk about here, really. I really wanted to use this as a try to update everybody as to what's going on with Facebook, but with the censorship is outrageous. I keep coming back to this because it's such a big thing, especially for me this past week and a half. YouTube, Twitter, and all these social media platforms are so big. There's 2.3 billion people that use Facebook regularly every month. Okay? That network that was created, okay, reaches so many people, and for them to have the power to say who gets to speak and what they get to speak about is ridiculous. And it's a weird position for me to take, because I have mixed feelings about that, because the libertarian part of me says it's their company. They should be able to do whatever they want with it. But on the other hand, it's become more than just a website for people to get together and talk about people's birthdays and here's a picture of what I ate last night. I mean, this, for a lot of people, this is their main way to communicate with the outside world. They have the Facebook that they update their posts to. They have Facebook Messenger. I know a lot of people that's the only thing they text through is Facebook Messenger, and I can't use Facebook Messenger at all. I receive everything, I can read everything, I can't comment. So if you've sent me anything on Messenger and I haven't responded, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because I can't. Feel free. You can email Posey County Connection at gmail.com if you need to get a hold of me or Derek. But these mainstream tech companies, not only are they purposely censoring people by deleting their content, deleting the pages, deleting the profiles, putting the little screen over your photo and saying, warning, you may not want to look at this, or the quote, the fact checkers, which maybe it's just me, but I have not seen any fact checking going on the left. It's always things on the right. There's blatant lies I see on Facebook, but as long as it shows the left in a positive note, nothing is said. And that is wrong. To me, under Section 230, it says good faith. That is not good faith. That is not good faith at all. Okay? They say they execute these policies equally, but they don't. It doesn't take a rocket science test to figure that out. I'm like slurring over my words here, but back on track. Not only do they do that deliberately, but they do it covertly too, because they use the threat of being shut down to force you to censor yourself. Okay? It's like, you want to talk about this thing you really believe in. It happens to be maybe the Second Amendment or gun rights or anything like that, but you don't say what you want to say because you are in fear that if you're going to say what you want to say, you're going to be banned. And you don't want to be banned. Nobody wants to be banned. But it's so ridiculous. They're using fear to self-censor yourself, if that even makes sense. I think another thing I think they need to do is they need to better define exactly what they want to define as a publisher and a platform. Okay, they want to say these things are social media platforms, but are they really? If you're just a platform where you're just distributing content, okay, distribute your content. Under Section 230, you're already provided protections against other people's content if you distribute it. So just because somebody's saying something that is not true or illegal or something like that, you're not going to be held accountable for it, okay? And for the most of us that are on there, there's got to be some people that take responsibility for their own actions, okay? So if you're the creator of the content, it should be your action that should hold a responsibility, that should be responsible. So if you do something illegal, you should be held responsible, not the people that are just distributing it. This whole thing goes into the First Amendment, and how far can that go? How far should it go? I think if we start talking about how corporations can just decide who they want to censor as far as speech, especially on a huge platform like this, I think that's a dangerous slope to go down, and you may be in favor of it until it's your speech they want to censor, That's the scary part of it. Who is the one deciding? Who is the one deciding that this speech over here should be censored? This over here should not be censored. This speech here is provocative, but we're going to let it slide. This one over here is, talking about gun rights, but, we don't want that to go, even though it's part of the Bill of Rights and in our Constitution. But no, we can't talk about that. But you can, you have Cardi B talking about her WAP, and that's okay. Okay, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. So I think this is going to be a hot topic, especially if Trump gets elected again, which I think he will. I think, I think, um, I think big tech censorship and the Section 230 is going to have some changes in the next 4 years, right or wrong. Like I say, you know, I think companies for the most part should be allowed to run their company however they want. Okay, and that's why I have different views on this. But when it affects free speech and where you can uh, post that speech, I don't know. It's a rough topic. I mean, if you got any ideas about this, please leave some comments. Let's make a discussion out of this because it's a dynamic topic. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to it. I'm really curious to see what other people think here because at what point does Facebook and Twitter, for that part, become so big that it's more than just a social media platform? It starts to mold and shape uh, society. It molds and shapes our opinions, our actions of what we want to do, who we want to vote for, things like that. Part of these congressional hearings, Ted Cruz asked Jack Dorsey, who's the CEO of Twitter, if Twitter had the ability to sway elections. And Jack Dorsey said no, but I question that. I mean, if they have they censored the New York Post, which is and I could be wrong, but I believe it's the oldest newspaper in the United States. From posting, they censored them from posting the Hunter Biden story in their laptop. Took it down. We're talking about not a gossip page or a gossip paper. This is the New York Post. Took that down. Took the White House press secretary's Twitter page down because she shared it. Okay, and that story is not being allowed to share. Now, they did go back and say that, well, they only blocked it for 24 hours. But now, I guess if they want to delete the original one and repost it, that would be okay. It seems all ridiculous to me. Okay, and this is the slippery slope they're going down. It's sad. I don't know. I haven't. It's hard for me to even get the words out. I've been so aggravated for the last week about censorship. It is unbelievable. And everywhere I turn and everything I open up, the news sites are talking about it. The podcasts I listen to are talking about it. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot because he has such a wide variety of people on there. I'd like to see difference of opinions and learn and try to listen to why people have different opinions than me. I think that's important for people to go out, search for opinions that are different, and then find out why people have difference of opinions. It's the adult thing to do, But on like 3 shows in a row, their guests and him, they talk about this mass censorship that is going on with tech medias, and they even brought up that Joe Rogan himself was in the media about censorship. He got this huge $100 million Spotify deal, and because he said some things on his podcast that people didn't agree with or was inaccurate, not Spotify themselves, but people that work for Spotify was talking about having a walkout or a boycott of Spotify because of it. It's outrageous, especially when Joe Rogan goes on the day after because he said something that was false, I guess, and apologized for it and said, hey, man, I screwed up. This is what happens, and move on. But the idea that just if you don't like what people are saying, just censor them is crazy. YouTube's doing the same thing. YouTube is as bad as all of them are. So I know this is going on for a while, and I'm just kind of rambling on. But it is what it is. I'm just trying to get this tested out to see how this goes. So I think I went and covered pretty much everything I wanted to. Um, like I say, we got 2 days before the election. Okay, by now I would think you know who you want to vote for. All right, I hope you took time to look at the candidates. I hope you took time to get all the information about the candidates and make a good decision based on the candidate, not necessarily the party. Okay, um, I know that's the popular thing to do. Sorry, here I'm trying to check something here real fast, but I know that's a popular thing to do. That people want to just vote the party and not the person, but I think that's a dangerous dangerous route to go down. Okay, so I think I'm about to wrap it up here. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave a comment down on this video. Um, I'll be able to comment here on YouTube, not Facebook. You can also send an email anytime. So until Tuesday, I'll see you then. Thanks.